Gillard and Tony Abbott are in Canberra tonight, preparing for talks that could decide the next government. The independent MPs they need to win over are also on their way to the capital. There's still a long way to go, though, before all the votes have been counted, and that final result could be crucial for the independents in deciding who to support. Today's counting has seen small but significant shifts in the handful of seats that hang in the balance. Chief Political Correspondent Mark Simpkin.
This election will be decided in a very safe seat. The parties are heading to Canberra. It's time to talk, although neither leader has much to say in public.
How confident are you can come up with, negotiate with the independents? Confident you can come up with a deal?
It is not my intention that these negotiations are conducted via the media. They will be conducted around a table, as they should be.
The independents will also be sitting around that table, and Julia Gillard won't say if she's willing to offer ministries or the Speaker's job in return for their support.
I'm not going to play any rule-in, rule-out games.
No one understood economics in those days.
The independents are also heading to Canberra. They're the ones who'll decide who runs the country.
I love and relish power. I'm not going to be carrying any lead in my saddle pack going into this. I'll work with people that I personally despise, to be quite frank with you, if necessary.
I do want to sensibly manage the expectations of Australians as this process takes place. It will take a period of time.
Votes are still being counted, slowly but carefully.
I can't see that you can do it as quickly as you're doing it, that's all. If you're looking at all the numbers, you're looking at the ones, you look at the one when you're counting it.
The latest figures suggest the government's marginally improved its position. 76 seats is the target, and the ABC's count gives Labor 72, the Coalition 69, with 5 seats still in doubt. The Coalition's just 400 votes ahead in Hasluck. It's also leading in Brisbane and the South Australian seat of Boothby. But its lead in Dunkley was slashed after officials corrected a counting error. And Labor now believes it can finish ahead of the independent candidate in Denison.
I have heard the message from the Australian people, and I think that message is they want to see something different than business as usual.
Some Labor insiders also want something different, like a new National Secretary.
I've called it the most inept campaign in living memory, and I can't recall a worse campaign. It's almost as if we got caught by surprise by our own announcement.
The former Premier ripped into the New South Wales power brokers who toppled him and now have national roles.
These blokes are part of Labor's problem. They're not part of the solution, and they ought not to be part of Labor's future if it's got one federally.
Queensland's Premier doesn't want them to be a part of her future either.
I don't intend to let the New South Wales disease that sees leadership as a revolving door undermine a democratic mandate in Queensland.
An election that's already produced a democratic deadlock has also raised a constitutional question. The Governor-General, who could ultimately decide who forms the next government, is also the mother-in-law of Labor's Bill Shorten, and she's seeking legal advice on whether there's a conflict of interest. Mark Simpkin, ABC News, Canberra.